Hello student, in today's lecture we will solve the remaining question of the chapter probability. Before going to the next question, I will explain one doubt. In question number 22, there is one doubt that why we have taken probability of A union B union C. So first I will explain you what was the question number 22. Actually we have solved in the last video, but again I am revising you the question, then I will explain your doubt. The question is what the independent probabilities that the three section of a costing department will encounter a computer error are 0.2, 0.3 and 0.1 per week respectively. What is the probability that there would be at least one computer error per week? Question number first is what? At least one computer error per week. Now what is given in this question? In this question there are three different departments and the probability of occurrence of error in all the three departments is given to you. Will denote the first department by probability A, it is given 0.2. Second department's probability is 0.3. Third department probability is 0.1. Like this, three departments are given and their individual probabilities are also given. Then we have asked that what is the probability that at least one computer error per week will be there. Means there will be at least one computer error per week. So there are three departments. At least one computer error means the error should be at least one, मीन्स कम से कम एक एरर तो वहाँ आना ही चाहिए. तो कैसे होगा ये? अगर तीन डिपार्टमेंट है तो अगर समझो किसी एक में भी कंप्यूटर एरर ऑकर होता है, एनकाउंटर होता है, तो वहाँ पे हमारी जो कंडीशन है एटलीस्ट वन एरर पर वीक दैट विल फुलफिल, राइट. सो अगर एक में आता है तो भी चलेगा, दोनों में आता है तो भी चलेगा और तीनों में आता है तो भी चलेगा. सो एटलीस्ट वन मीन्स व्हाट? द एरर कैन बी in one department or in two department or in three department. So to fulfill this requirement that at least one computer error per week, at least one computer error per week means error can be occur more than one department. If error occurs in more than one department, then it is very good because our condition will be fulfilled, right? Or greater than, or if error is only one, then also it is true. If error occur in 1 and 2 both department, then also it is true. And if error occur in 1, 2 and 3 both department, then also our condition is fulfilled. So at least one means what? Error can occur in 1 or 2 or 3 department, then and then only our condition will be fulfilled. So at least one means probability of A union B union C, either A or B or C. So that is written as probability of A union B union C. Now to find probability of A union B union C, we will take its complement, that is equal to 1 minus probability of A union B union C whole complement, that can be written as 1 minus probability of A complement intersection B complement intersection C complement, and the remaining is given in the video. Then we have solved this question and the answer is also there. So only what is the meaning of probability of A union B union C and why it is equal to at least one? At least one means if there is error in one department, then also it is okay. If there are error in two departments, then also it is okay. Or all the three departments are having error, then also our condition is fulfilled. So we can say that error can encounter in 1 or 2 or 3 department means probability of, we need to find probability of A union B union C. Whereas in the next question what is given? One and only one computer error per week. One and only one means not more than one error can occur per week. Now there is restriction, means we cannot take more than one error. So we'll consider that if there is error in one department, then remaining two will not have any error. If first department is having error, means we'll take A, then intersection B complement intersection C complement. These two departments are not having any error, right? Either this situation can happen or, that's why plus, or means plus, or probability of there is no error in first department intersection, error in second department intersection, third department is not having any error, or plus probability of first department is not having error, intersection. Second department is also not having error, intersection. But third department is having error. So we have fulfilled the condition that error is one and only one. How it can be one and only one? It can be in one department or in second department or in third department. If there is error in first department, then what about the remaining two departments? Then remaining two departments are not having any error. That's why their complements are taken. And intersection is representing what? We have to take A, then B complement, C complement. Then second department is having error, so that first and third are not having. That's why their complements. And last situation where third department is having error, first and second are not having, so their complements are taken. All these three situations cannot happen at the same time. These are all are the possibilities, so that if this will happen, these two will not happen. That's why these all are in OR condition. So OR means sign of plus, so we have taken plus. So this is what question number 2. Question number 25. If 8 balls are distributed at random among 3 boxes, what is the probability that the first box would contain 3 balls? So total number of balls are, in this question, total number of balls are equal to 8 and boxes are given to you 3. And what is the condition? We have to find the probability that the first box would contain 3 balls. Means box 1, this is suppose box 1. This is box 2, this is box 3. Just imagine in front of you there are 3 boxes. This is first box, this is second box, this is third box. And the condition is what? The first box would contain 3 balls. Means in this box we'll put 3 balls, right? Now, so we have to find the probability that 8 balls should be distributed in that manner where first box will get 3 balls, right? So total number of balls are 8. First we'll find the sample space. What will be the sample space n of s? So in n of s you don't have to consider anything. Means what first box should contain, we don't have to consider. Just we'll need to find how can we distribute 8 balls in 3 boxes. So when we'll go to put a ball in 3 boxes, when we'll take a ball from 8 and when we'll go in front of 3 boxes, means our first ball, any ball having 3 choice, right? 1, 2 and 3. So for first ball I will have 3 choice. When I take second ball and I will come here, again I will find there are 3 empty boxes and I can put my second ball in any of these 3 boxes. So again my second ball is having 3 choice. So again 3. Why 3 into 3? Because I have to put first ball also in the box and second ball also in the box. This is my first ball. This is second ball. Then I will explain third, like this fourth, so on, 8th ball. ऐसा करके हम क्या करेंगे? One by one we will take all the balls and we'll go for in front of boxes to put inside the box. So second ball also having 3 choice. Again third ball, it will also have 3 choice. Fourth ball will also have 3 choice. Similarly, so on into 8th ball will also have 3 choice. So all the 8 balls are having 3 choice. So our sample space will be n of s will be equal to 3 raised to 8. Whatever its value we can find in the next step. So this is what sample space where we are placing 8 balls or we are putting 8 balls in the 3 boxes. Now n of a, our event A is what? Event A is like that. First box would contain 3 balls. First box would contain 3 balls. So what is the n of a? Now we'll find n of a. So फॉर फर्स्ट बॉक्स हम चाहते हैं कि फर्स्ट बॉक्स में 3 बॉल है, राइट? 3 बॉल हो तो हम क्या करेंगे? विल सेलेक्ट 3 बॉल्स फ्रॉम 8 बॉल्स लाइक दिस 8C 3 ways. We'll do that in 8C 3 ways. We'll select 3 balls from 8 balls and then we'll put 3 balls in the box 1. Now only 2 boxes are empty, box 2 and box 3, and remaining balls are only 5. Now there is no condition for box 2 and box 3. We can put in any way. that is there is no restriction, means you put one ball here and four ball here. No, you can put in any way, but you have to substitute all the 5 ball in the remaining 2 boxes. So from 5, when we'll select first ball, then our first ball will get 2 empty boxes. So first ball, out of remaining 5, first ball will find 2 remaining boxes. Similarly, second, when we select second ball, then it will also have 2 remaining boxes. So for second ball also there are 2 remaining boxes. For third ball also there are 2 remaining boxes. So again into 2. For fourth ball again there are 2 remaining boxes. So again into 2. And similarly the last ball, means fifth ball, will also have 2 remaining boxes. We can put that ball anywhere. So again fifth ball also having 2 empty places. So this is our favorable sample space, where for first box we have selected 3 ball from 8. Then the remaining 5 can be substituted at anywhere in any of the box second or box third. So all the ball of all the remaining 5 balls will have equal possibilities, because the remaining empty boxes are only 2. So for each ball there are 2 choices. So 2 into 2 into 2 will give you 2 raised to 5. So this will be equal to, probability of A will be equal to 8C3 into 2 raised to 5 divided by 3 raised to 8. 8C3 will give you 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial and 5 factorial. 2 raised to 5 means this will be 32 and 3 raised to 8. If you want to find this value, you can put 3 raised to 8's value, or you can put as it is also, that this is equal to 5 factorial get cancelled in 8 factorial, only 8 into 7 into 6 will remain here, into 32. This 3 factorial means 6 into 3 raised to 8. This 6 and this 6 again get cancelled. Now 56 into 32 by 3 raised to 8. Then take product and we'll write the final value, 56 into 32 or 3 raised to 8 also. If you can find 3 raised to 8, put here, you will get the answer. There are 3 boxes with the following composition: box 1, box 2, box 3 are having red, white and blue balls like this. Then it is given that one of the boxes is selected at random and a ball is drawn from it. What is the probability that the drawn ball is red? Now in last video also I have explained you, and again I am saying you that this question is not the conditional question, because the first line is given you something and then second question is asking you. So you will find that this is the prior information and this is our main question. So such questions are asked in conditional distribution, then this is wrong, because your main question is not conditional. Your main question is normal, just you have to find intersection of something. I will explain that after this. So this is not, your main question is not asking you any conditional probability. This is not any prior information. See, prior information means you should know what is the first event. Here no event is not given, just it is told you that select one box. This is obvious that when you want to find a red ball, right, when you want to find a red ball means one red ball, then you will select any of the box. This is the normal case. You will select a box, then you will find a red ball, right? This is a normal thing. It is not given to you that the first box is selected and then what is the probability that there is a red ball. If question was like that, then we can say that then we are sure that first box is selected. But here we are not certain that the box first is selected. We can select any of the 3 boxes and then we will find the probability of a red ball. So this information is not like the prior information, just how to perform this task is given to you. Means it is explained you that first select a box and then you have to go for a red ball. So this is not conditional. It is just you have to find A intersection B, means red ball from box 1 and this can happen, or red ball from box 2 this can happen, or red ball from box 3. So red ball from box 1, red ball and box 1 means R intersection box 1, then red ball from box 2 R intersection box 2. So you have to find all intersection. Now main thing is what? For getting intersection, you have to put the conditional probabilities like this. First I will explain you what are the events. R means red ball. R is explaining you only about the red ball. Then B1 will denote box 1, B2 will denote box 2, B3 will denote box 3. Now what we need to find? We need to find probability of red ball, probability of R. Only we need to find probability of red ball. If we want to find a red ball, then red ball can be from box 1 or box 2 or box 3. So what are the possibilities? We'll write here. So to get the probability of red ball, first we'll get red ball from box 1. What is this? This is denoting that your red ball is from box 1. This can happen, or we can do like this also, probability of red ball from box 2. These two are possibilities. Then last possibility will be red ball from box 3. So these three are the different possibilities from where we can select a red ball, and these all are in option. That's why we have taken plus sign. Now to find red ball from box 1, for this R intersection B1 we have many formulas. R intersection B1, if R and B1 are independent, then we can take the product of their individual probabilities, means probability of R into probability of B1. We can write this like this also, but when red ball and box 1 is independent. Now again read the question carefully and and tell me that red ball and box 1 are independent or no. So you will find that these two things are not independent. They are dependent, because from box 1, when we select box 1, then we'll get red ball. So these two are not independent. These are dependent. So this thing means intersection can be written like this. This will be removed because we cannot write like this. This situation is removed. Now second thing, again probability of R intersection B1 can be written like this. Probability of R plus probability of B1 minus probability of R union B1. Again this is not possible because our red ball is conditioned on the boxes, means red ball depends on the box 1. If there is box 1, then there will be some other situation for red ball. If we are getting box 2, then red ball will be some will get red ball in some different way. If we are getting box 3, then we'll get red ball in some different way. So our red ball is conditioned on boxes, box 1, box 2, box 3. So this also not equal to this. So this is also removed. So last situation is what? How to find intersection? Now by using conditional formula we can find intersection. What is the conditional formula? Conditional formula is like this. Probability of R given B1 into probability of B1. If you remember, this is the conditional formula. It's equal to see here probability of R given B1. Probability of R given B1 is equal to probability of R intersection B1 upon probability of B1, right? So now this thing is for conditional distribution. So now R intersection B1 we need to find only. So what will be its value? Cross multiplication of these two things, right? So probability of R intersection B1 will be equal to this into this. So that I have written here. Again for R intersection B2 we'll write the same thing. How? It is equal to plus probability of R given B2 into B2 plus probability of R given B3 into B3. Now first we need to find what are the probabilities of B1, B2 and B3. To solve this, first we need to find probability of B1, B2, B3 means box 1, box 2, box 3. See, three boxes are there and B1, B2, B3 are denoting the selection of box 1, selection of box 2, similarly selection of box 3. So what are the chances of probability of B1? What will be the probability of B1? If there are three boxes and we want to select box 1, So 1 out of 3, 1 by 3. Similarly, B2 means one box from out 3. It is also 1 by 3, and similarly probability of B3 will be equal to 1 by 3 because 1 out of 3. Now what is the probability of R given B1? Means B1 is representing that we have selected box 1 and now we are going to find a red ball. So if we have selected box 1, what are the chances to get a red ball? This is now we are certain that we have selected box 1. We know that we have selected box 1 and find the red ball from box 1. So in box 1, total number of balls are 7 plus 5 plus 4. It will be 16. Total balls are 16 and 7 are red. So probability of red ball from box 1, or we say that red ball given that box 1 is selected is equal to 7 by 16. Next, probability of red ball given that box 2 is selected means first we have selected box 2, then the probability of red ball. So 5 are red and remaining are 5 plus 6 11 plus 3 14. So 5 by 14. Similarly, probability of red ball given that box 3 is selected is equal to probability of red ball given that box 3 is selected. Box 3 red ball are 4 and remaining are 4 plus 3 7 plus 2 9. So 4 by 9. So these are the probabilities. So now we'll put in this formula. So we'll get the answer. Therefore probability of red ball is equal to 7 by 16 into 1 by 3 probability of box 1. Then 5 by 14. See here I am putting here this probability. For this we are having probability of R given B2. Probability of R given B2 is 5 by 14 into probability of B2. Probability of B2 is 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 plus probability of R given B3. R given B3 is 4 by 9 into probability of B3. It is 1 by 3. We can take 1 by 3 common. So this will be equal to 1 by 3 in bracket 7 by 16 plus 5 by 14 plus 4 by 9. So now you have to take LCM. So calculative part is left for you. You can solve this. This is the main concept of the probability. I will give you what will be the last answer. 1249 divided by 3024. By the help of LC you can find this answer exactly same. So main concept is what is our question, what question is asking to us. Okay, if you are getting this much then this is very simple for you because you are having calci, right? So now we'll